Shigaraki gets serious, Bakugo desperately needs a hand, and the UA Big Tree finally step out on center stage. Let's talk about all of this and more as we dive right into the newest chapter of My Hero Academia. So My Hero Academia Chapter 359 is finally out, and with it we get to see the aftermath of Bakugo's brand new ultimate attack on Shigaraki. And let's just say, it doesn't really turn out how anyone expected. But before I begin talking about this chapter, don't forget to Detroit smash that like button and slide on into that subscribe button's DMs to hit that notification bell. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into My Hero Academia Chapter 359, titled Our School. This chapter opens up underneath the floating section of UA, where we see not only the support corps students struggling to keep UA afloat thanks to Shigaraki's new gigantic form, but we also get to see the business students of UA for the first time in what feels like a millennia, who reveal that they are documenting the entire fight with Shigaraki to inspire the next generation of heroes by showing them exactly how the heroes won this fight. And as the business class student announces this, the story cuts back to the main fight above UA, where we see Bakugo unleash his brand new ultimate move, Cluster Howitzer Impact, point blank on Shigaraki, resulting in an absolute humongous explosion about 3 times the size the entire battlefield. This shit was nuclear. However, this massive explosion ends up shaking the entire floating structure, causing not only Monoma to close his eyes for a split second, but it also terrifies the support team below, who are in panic stations wondering whether or not Bakugo hit a power line with this attack. But luckily for the heroes, Kaminari informs the group that they shouldn't worry, as although Bakugo is brash and upfront, he's also meticulous and the exact type of person who would be fully aware of his surroundings, revealing that Bakugo did in fact not hit a single power line. This is also a great callback to Bakugo's progression as a character, as in his first fight with Midoriya, he didn't care about his surroundings and was scolded by All Might for his lack of awareness. And ever since that moment, we have seen him continuously become more and more conscious and careful of his surroundings, making it very fitting that he would perfect his awareness in this final fight. Unfortunately for Katsuki and the heroes, however, in an absolutely shocking turn of events, Shigaraki announces that he's impressed by Bakugo's attack, not only for its raw power, but also by his ability to avoid damaging his surroundings. And he also declares that that is why he had to break it. As it's revealed, not only did Shigaraki manage to avoid this attack, but we see him grab onto and rip off Bakugo's entire right arm. Like, he just tears that bad boy straight off. Mirko and Best Jeanist, in seeing this, immediately enter panic mode and desperately charge Shigaraki in an attempt to save Bakugo. Although this move proves to be fatal, as Shigaraki tosses Bakugo aside and announces that whoever challenges him in close quarters combat will come to face a power that rivals that of the Great All Might, as he quickly and easily blasts away both Best Jeanist and Mirko with a single swipe of his giant mutated hand. It's interesting to note here that Shigaraki doesn't say his power is greater than All Might's, just that it rivals it, which not only shows you just how powerful All Might was, but also kind of alludes to the fact that Shigaraki respects All Might's power, which is kind of weird for the character. But anyway, following this monstrous attack, Shigaraki then turns towards Bakugo, who is now kneeling on the ground wondering how his absolute best still wasn't enough to close the gap in their power difference, as Shigaraki informs Bakugo that he really has no interest in the hero whatsoever. The only thing that interests him about Bakugo is the fact that he is Midoriya's best friend. And we see this image of Shigaraki's burnt face, which looks awfully similar to All Might's burnt face the last time we saw him. Aizawa, recognizing the terrible situation his beloved student is in, shouts out to Mandalay to get an update on Midoriya's position ASAP. but unfortunately Mandalay reveals that she can't, as the electromagnetic waves coming from the floating UA are disrupting her signal. In hearing this, Aizawa looks at the terrifying image of Shigaraki and desperately cries out to the heroes inside the dome to save Bakugo, as he still needs to graduate from UA so he can continue to work towards becoming the #1 hero. And as soon as Aizawa announces this, amongst the debris of the UA building emerges Tamaki, who gets to his feet and tells Nejire, who is standing beside him, that he wants to have a proper graduation ceremony. But before Nejire can say anything, a voice from seemingly nowhere responds by saying that once this is over, they will get Principal Nezu to throw one for them. Tamaki then replies to this voice by saying that, do you really think we will all make it out of this fight? And with this, chapter 359 comes to an end, as none other than Mirio, aka Lemillion himself, appears from the ground, revealing that he was the voice who responded to Tamaki, announcing that he doesn't know if they will make it out of this alive. But what he does know for a fact is that the three of them are going to keep everyone safe until Midoriya gets here together. Overall, this was a pretty intense chapter. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it did open up kind of strange, full of humor, reintroducing us to the UA's business course students, giving them a purpose to exist, I guess, but following their opening, it's non-stop tension, with Bakugo's true power being shown, Shigaraki finally surpassing the hero's plot armor and strength, Midoriya apparently being MIA, and the official return of UA's Big Tree. I believe this is the first time we will actually get to see them in action together, canonically. All in all, this was definitely a huge jump in amazement since the last chapter, and I can't wait to see just exactly what happens next. But let me know what you think of this chapter. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment what you think is going to happen next. For more My Hero content like this, subscribe to the Lunchtime crew. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Plus Ultra.